Hi girls, this is the 10C rotation video. A rotation is an isometric transformation. Well, that means that the figure stays the same shape, it just moves around. And it's rotated around a center point. Now, seeing this and doing it are kind of two different things. It's pretty easy to see or know that I can rotate something clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's okay. And sometimes, and I know what 90 degrees means, and this right here is a figure that's rotated 90 degrees, so the figure went like this. I'm going to show you with this little piece of paper. If I put the figure on an axis, it's kind of easier. So I can see that figure, and when I rotate 90 degrees, I go like that, and sure enough, the figure is right under there, okay? So it's easier to see, especially when you're first learning with this kind of waxed paper. So what I did was I put the greaseproof paper on, and I traced the triangle that was there, and then I rotated it 90 degrees. So this X became the Y, and then I could see underneath, and I could move this away and write the triangle. So shape has rotational symmetry if it can be rotated about the center to produce the same form. So in this triangle, and I don't have an exact one like that, right? If I go from the center and I move it that way, well, this isn't exactly right, is it? I guess I'll stay with this one. If I move it exactly like that, it stays exactly the same, and around again, and then back. So going back to the original counts for 1. So anything has rotational symmetry 1, because I can rotate it 360 degrees, and I'm back to 1. This rectangle, if I rotate it 90 degrees, it ends up looking like this, and that's not the same. But if I rotate it 180 degrees, flip it all the way over, then it has rotational symmetry that time, and then all the way back to itself. So it has rotational symmetry equal to 2. I think we can see these flags are very much like that picture. As I rotate it to here, that's 1, and then around again 2, and then back to itself 3. So it has rotational symmetry 3. Okay, if I rotate these shapes about C, so that's kind of hard because I'm using this point, and I want to rotate in the direction they say. So it says 90 degrees clockwise. So this is what I always do. I always kind of put that like that. Okay, that's kind of an easy way to do it. Or I use the greaseproof paper, which I'll do next. And I move this shape 90 degrees over. So this is going to go through here. Yeah, that line becomes that line. And then the shape follows back up. Okay, let me do it now. I'll erase it. And let me do it with my greaseproof paper, and we'll give you guys some too. Okay, so I put my paper on there. I can see through, and I have to make myself a little axis so I know about the 90 degrees. Using a ruler probably would be good, Mrs. Rafferty. And I draw my shape that's there, and then this line comes down to here because that's 90 degrees clockwise. So I go like that, and sure enough, I can see that's what I had drawn before. Now, I can't scrub through the paper to draw it, but surely you can look through and say, okay, I can see where it is now. It's right here. And I just use this as an aid to help me. When I'm off the C, it's quite a bit harder. I'm going to grab one more piece of paper. And these, excuse my gurgling, that's my shape. And I go like this. And it says 180 degrees. Doesn't matter which way you go for 180 degrees. So this line is going to be that line. That's 180 degrees, right? A straight line. I'm going to go around, and it's going to be right down there. Okay, I can see it down there. It actually goes across this. So if I look across, that's how it works. Put this back on to make sure I did the right thing. I did the right thing, and then I draw my lines in. Okay, it goes over the C. Okay, straight over. You're welcome to use the greaseproof paper. You'll have it on the test. We can't give you tons of it to do your work. In fact, doing your work will be interesting for this section because you'll have to draw a lot of pictures, but that's your work.